Welcome back. You're watching The Hard Facts and we're coming to you from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. The one burning issue across the country, the one that the opposition has been vehemently raising its voice for, is that of the examination mess, particularly around the national eligibility cum entrance test. With exams being cancelled or postponed, lakhs of aspirants are uncertain about the road ahead for them. Protests have been held across different states over the last few weeks against the body that conducts this exam, along with several others, the National Testing Agency. In fact, just this evening, members of the NSUI, which is the Congress's students' wing, barged into the NTA office and demanded that it be shut down. This was just a few hours after the same organization poured onto the streets of the national capital against the government. But the central government has promised a thorough investigation in these alleged irregularities. That confirmation came to the fore from the president as well. She, in fact, today, while reading out the government's blueprint, assured the country of an independent probe and pointed to the need to rise above partisan politics. Politics was not the need of the hour. Solutions are, is the point she was trying to make. Interestingly, even as she made that remark, one could hear NEET chants being raised from the opposition side.
हाल ही में कुछ परीक्षाओं में हुई पेपर लीक की घटनाओं की निष्पक्ष जांच और दोषियों को कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दिलवाने के लिए मेरी सरकार प्रतिबद्ध है। हमारे इससे पहले भी हमने देखा है कि कई राज्यों में पेपर लीक की घटनाएं होती रही है। इस पर दलीय राजनीति से ऊपर उठकर देशव्यापी ठोस उपाय करने की जरूरत है। संसद ने भी परीक्षा में होने वाली गड़बड़ियों के विरुद्ध एक सख्त कानून बनाया है। मेरी सरकार परीक्षाओं से जुड़ी संस्थाओं, उनके कामकाज के तरीके, परीक्षा प्रक्रिया सभी में बड़ी सुधार करने की दिशा में काम कर रही है।
Now, the government has taken multiple steps so far. Let's take a look at what those are. Even though the opposition may not believe or take them at face value, here's what the government's done. They formed an expert panel to rejig the functioning of the National Testing Agency. They've also notified rules for the Public Examinations Act, which is to ensure anti-cheating, which is to ensure prevention of unfair means. The government has also removed the DG of the NTA, Subodh Kumar. This is over the irregularities and leaks that we've seen. CBI has taken over the cases as far as Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Gujarat is concerned of paper leaks specifically and the bigger nexus. Arrests have been made as well, especially in Bihar and in Maharashtra. But the opposition is not convinced. The opposition has been raising this issue of NEET examinations and the mess around it, both inside and outside Parliament. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, has gone on to say that the Prime Minister is silent on tampering with future of lakhs of students. Samajwadi Party MP and Chief Akhilesh Yadav went on to say that paper leaks have been spread from Uttar Pradesh to Delhi and there are crores of students that are being cheated by this government. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that the only way to deal with this mess was to abolish NEET and to go back to the decentralized system of holding these exams and give it back to the states. M.K. Stalin, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, remember Tamil Nadu was one of those first states to fight against NEET. He's come out and said that paper leaks and mark inflation are pitfalls of this government's centralization policies. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Sena UBT came out and said that there's absolutely no accountability as far as this education emergency is concerned. So while we talk about the emergency 50 years ago, should we talk about the emergency that the country is in midst of as far as the education system is concerned? Joining me on this broadcast, Shahzad Poonawala, of course, continues to be with us. Aman Asim, spokesperson of the Congress and founder of Scholars Den, Vivek Thakur joins us as well. Let me start with the spokesperson of the Congress. Several steps being taken by the central government. The president today has also gone on to say that a free and fair independent probe will be conducted, accountability will be fixed. Why is the Congress not taking this at face value? Why are you not convinced with the government's outreach?
Simply because this is the very same government that on a few days ago denied there was anything called a NEET paper leak. This is the very same education minister who believed that this was a politicization of the matter and simply said that this is a localized issue. But today, the same demands that we as the NSUI and the Congress party and the opposition have raised is exactly what the government is doing today. We had demanded a CBI probe long ago into this matter. We had demanded the removal of the NTA director. The same things that we as an opposition have been demanding for the past 15, 20 days, accepting that there has been a fault, had not been accepted by this government. So if you look at the comments on social media of the thousands of students who have been impacted, they call this the no trust agency. They call this a leakage sarkar. The public does not trust this government to conduct examinations fairly, does not trust them to even be able to conduct an investigation into this freely. That is the fact of the matter, and he will continue raising the voice of these thousands and millions of students who are impacted by this. Simply because we need to be assured that there will be a fair probe, and even if it goes to the highest of authorities.
But is hitting the streets, barging into the NTA's office, is that the solution? Or is that merely a political point that the Congress is trying to make? Because that's what the BJP accuses you of just trying to make political brownie points out of this issue.
Let me remind you that this issue is something we had raised even before the NEET issue has come up. Rahul Gandhi ji has met multiple students of paper leak examinations across the country before the election season, during the election season as well, and has been a key part of our manifesto. We had criticized the government for bringing up a paper leak law that was weak. We have raised this issue even before NEET came up. So if it is anybody who is raising the students' voice, it has been the Congress party. And if it comes to politicization, we should talk about the government that does Pariksha Pe Charcha. But when we want to have Pariksha Pe Charcha, it's called politicization. You decide it's convenient to call students to a stadium and talk to them in a one-way traffic manner. That is fine. But when we want to discuss student issues and when students want to discuss the conduct of their exams with you, that becomes politicization. I don't think
anybody is denied a discussion. In fact, the parliament is functioning. We would be seeing a discussion on NEET as promised by the government. But let me get in the BJP spokesperson in as well. Shehzad, there were several flip-flops right since the beginning as far as the education ministry was concerned, as far as the NTA is concerned, which is why it's difficult to take the measures that have been taken now at face value. And that's not just the opposition saying it. Many concerned parents, many concerned students, many concerned aspirants are also raising those questions.
First of all, without an iota of doubt, let me concede that NTA has left lot to be desired. And therefore, today there are two sides of actions that are taking place. One is a criminal action, which the CBI has taken over. It is going to reach the bottom of the entire case. But one is an institutional action. And that institutional action, if you see, the Radhakrishnan committee has already commenced its work so that we can go towards a zero error or error-free examination process. But having said that, and I am happy for young people like the panelists from NSUI or any member from the Congress party to go and give their views to the committee that has been constituted, or even come to parliament and have a more robust discussion. But having said that, because the spokesperson from NSUI was very perturbed about politicization, let me actually ask him a question. Students anywhere across the country are important for the NSUI and for the Congress, I'm assuming that. So can he please, with hand on his heart, when 20 papers were leaked in Rajasthan and Mr. Rahul Gandhi was walking with the main accused of the paper leak, Mr. Gopal Kesawat, and when Suresh Dhaka, the main mastermind, was defended by Salman Khurshid, and at that time the Rajasthan government was so lackadaisical that their own minister Sachin Pilot had to go on the streets and demand that certain action be taken against the paper leak mafia. Can Mr. Whoever the spokesperson is, a good gentleman, I don't remember his name, from NSUI, please tell me that how many times Rahul Gandhi spoke, took action, and how many times NSUI protested? Now let me come to another issue. Why has this situation occurred? This situation has occurred because for the first time, and you would remember that in the UPA era, B.Ed paper, AIEEE paper, CLAT paper, CA paper, all kinds of papers used to leak. The NEET paper was not conducted first by the NTA, it was done by the CBSE. The Supreme Court felt that something is good in the NTA, it gave the NTA along with the other examinations it conducts to conduct this particular exam as well. The NTA last year has conducted 1 crore 30 lakh students examinations, and that has been done without any hiccups. This time they have made huge mistakes, and that means there has to be institutional correction, and the NTA DG has been removed, CBI probe is on. But I want to ask, since you have so many real issues and so many real cases, why was Priyanka Vadra peddling a fake case of Ayushi Patel? Has she apologized or removed that case? And lastly, the person who is behind this paper leak, their links are directly with the India Alliance. Why hasn't the Congress party till now said that Tejasvi Yadav, you and RJD do not deserve to be with us so long as your name is cleared from this entire paper leak issue? Has one statement been made to that effect by Rahul Gandhi? If this is not about politics, Tejasvi's PA booked the room for the mastermind who has done this paper leak, so-called paper leak in Bihar. The spokesperson from NSUI must tell us that how many questions they have asked Tejasvi Yadav and Tejasvi Yadav's PS.
Mr. Asim, your quick rebuttal before I get in
Yeah.
Mr. Thakur as well.
Actually, there's a longer rebuttal that I'd want to give Mr. Shehzad Poonawalla, but I'll quickly answer all of these questions because I have, if you look very recently, there's an investigation by an online news portal which shows the Prime Minister with a key accused of the scam from Gujarat. He's a member of the Arya Samaj who has been
Online news
blamed
portal.
in an online news portal. I don't want to name
which
it on the
online
show,
news
but
portal?
The Wire has
Which
released an
one? Which
article
one?
today of
You're
showing
quoting
a
any
Gujarat-
portal.
No, I'm sure I can show.
Is it
I can
Alt
share that-
News?
I can share this with you. That it's
No, you're
available
quoting Alt
online,
News or what?
that the Prime Minister is with a key accused of this
Don't
scam.
quote
from
facts.
The Arya Samaj background.
Shehzad, let him
Quote
finish.
facts.
Shehzad, let him finish. I'll come
Let
back
me
to you.
finish. I gave you a minute to speak of what
Is
you
this a
want to say.
fact?
Let me
Poonam,
say
are you
that.
allowing this
Shehzad, let
unverified
him
stuff to be said
He's
on
giving you
CNN?
the source of where it's
By
coming
the
from. Let
time
him finish.
you
I'll come
had-
back to you.
You had all your drama ready. Let me also say what I have to say. There are linkages of the BJP allies like the LJP with the kingpin from Bihar as well. So we can go into who's been with who on which stage. We can discuss this in detail. But that does not solve the question of where students come in. Coming to the question of Rajasthan. Rajasthan was one of the first states to come up with a law to protect against exam paper leaks, way before the central laws came into play. If you take into the fact that we had internal opposition towards what was happening with paper leaks in Rajasthan, that shows that we acted on those matters and we showed that we are able to solve this. And even today, with the Rajasthan BJP government being present, there are still paper leaks happening in Rajasthan. So who do we blame for this now? And this is the government that believes so much in centralization.
respond very
So if
quickly?
we have seen 65 exams being leaked in across 19 states under this period of this government, why has the government taken so long to come up with a law? And the law which they passed as well has been so ineffective that still papers are being leaked.
Sure. So there are structural reforms that are required. Let me
Okay,
get in
let
Vivek
me
Thakur as
quickly-
well. No, let me get in Vivek Thakur as well. I don't have enough time on this. Shehzad, I'll come back to you. But let me get in Vivek Thakur as well. Structural reforms are required and surely they cannot be done overnight. That time and patience is required. Yes, it may be unfair to ask these anxious parents and students and aspirants to keep patience at this time. But if we want reform for the National Testing Agency, then time must pass. Accountability will be fixed once every single issue is weeded out and a solution is found for that.
See, Puram, it's not just about this NEET-UG case leak. The larger question that you're asking about the structure and reforms. See, had media not persisted, had the students not persisted on the streets, and had the teachers like me had not persisted on this, that there's some large-scale rigging in this exam, probably this NEET-UG issue wouldn't have come to light even, because the FIR was registered on the 5th of May in Patna, Shastri Nagar police station. And the youth and the students in particular, in this case, they do not have trust on either of the two parties who are being represented here on your show, because it's not just about 65 leaks in last 5 years. See, if all these things would not have persisted for last maybe 45 days or 50 days, probably this would have been brushed aside under the carpet. Like our HRD minister, he said that NTA has clean chit in this case. And so many more exams would have come to light if this kind of intensity would have persisted. And let me tell you very frankly, apart from JEE Advanced, only 2-3 prestigious exams like JEE Advanced and Civil Services exam conducted by UPSC and CAT conducted by IIMs and probably some railway recruitment exams. None of the exams in this country for last maybe 10-15 years are clean. They are not free and fair. This is the larger issue that all political parties should, because of this whole furor that is going on, so much media attention. Even this is the first time probably that a recruitment exam, an entrance exam has become the epicenter of parliamentary proceedings. I think this is the right opportunity for all political parties to come together and sort this mess forever. It's not just about NTA. It's about how we take the exams, entrance exams, how much seriously we take. The biggest example is that since 5th of May, all the people who are persisting that there is something wrong with this exam, because it is all about doctors of the country. It's all about the health system of this country. What if we get Munna Bhai MBBS type doctors in this country in such large numbers like 35-40,000 and everyone paying almost 35 to 40 lakhs for getting the leaked papers? Such a large scale scam which might involve
Sure.
almost 10,000 crores of rupees. What I want to tell Poonam that these political
Poonam.
parties must take this opportunity to set the system correct forever. It's
Absolutely,
not
and
just
all
about
political
NTA.
parties must
It's-
do that. That's also what the president spoke of, what the government's view is, that all political parties must come together and we must rise above partisan politics. Shehzad, 30 seconds. A lot needs to be done. Accountability needs to be fixed.
Nobody denies that. The government believes that. That's why there's a setup of a committee that is going to look into the institutional loopholes that are there. But having said that, because we are a show on CNN News 18, no some small channel, this person from NSUI quoted that Prime Minister was seen with the key accused and it has been quoted on online portal. Can he name the portal or the name of the key accused? And even sorry to say, the person from Scholars Den, he has said that HRD Minister said clean chit to NTA. Can you show me which date the statement was made like this by the HRD Minister? The HRD Minister said that as of now, when you have asked me a question, one second, sir, Mr. Thakur, I did not interrupt you. Mr. Thakur, I speak with facts and I make sure that my facts are on record and perfectly fine. If you have the date of that statement, you show it to me and embarrass me right now. And Mr. NSUI spokesperson must show me which key accused of NEET has been seen with Prime Minister and which portal has quoted this. Is it Alt News? Is he quoting from Mohammed Zubair? I mean, what kind of language Congress uses? Just quotes fake news and runs away? You please give me the online news portal source.
So, give me the source. Sure, 30 seconds to the Congress spokesperson as well before I have to end this. Yes, go ahead.
So I never said that it was for the NEET accused. I said key accused of exam paper leaks across the country. So the accused about this was from the Wire's investigation has shown that there's one Mr. Suresh Chandra Arya of
you take the Wire
EduTest
and you
Suresh Chandra. Have you heard of Mr. Suresh Chandra Arya?
But these are allegations and these are instances that come up every single time something like this is there, and it comes from both sides of the aisle. There are pictures that are circulated with certain political party leaders, and that's done from both sides of the aisle. Even in this situation, even in this case, we've seen it happen on both sides, even in the case of Bihar. While Tejasvi Yadav's link was being questioned, Samrat Chaudhary's link was also being questioned. So let's not get into that. It's really what we're talking about is the future of lakhs and crores of students, of aspirants that right now hangs in the balance, which is why accountability needs to be fixed. And all politicians must come together for the larger good, for the larger cause. That's really where I want to end this at. And I thank all of you for joining us here on this broadcast. It's a wrap from my side here on this edition.